Yo, what's up YouTube? What's going on today? Welcome back to the channel. So Boruto Chapter 77 has dropped and it looks like Kawaki is gonna be the one to kill Boruto and take everything away from Boruto. Now the reason I say this is because of what this chapter has revealed to us. This chapter shows us that Kawaki thinks Momoshiki is up to something, yet Kawaki is the one sending Naruto and Hinata away from Boruto. So it makes you question, who is the one that's gonna take everything away from Boruto? Momoshiki or Kawaki? And I think Kawaki is gonna be the one to take everything away, because the cover page of this chapter says the time drawing near, and Momoshiki has already said to us the past few chapters that Boruto is about to lose everything and that time also draws near. And I remember back in chapter 72 when Boruto is yelling at Momoshiki, Momoshiki tells Boruto that you're gonna be so scared, you're gonna be so afraid, everything like that, that you're gonna hide in the back of your mind. Well, I'm gonna live out your days as Boruto Uzumaki. So what is gonna happen to Boruto? That's what we're about to get revealed soon in the upcoming chapters, and the cause of all this is gonna be Kawaki. So once Kawaki had sent Naruto and Hinata away, now nobody's there to protect Boruto. Now Kawaki's coming full force at Boruto. He's not gonna stop till either Momoshiki's out of Boruto's body or he's gonna kill Boruto completely so that Momoshiki does not exist at all. And this is where Momoshiki is gonna come into play. Either I think he's gonna go with Code and Momoshiki and Code team up, or Momoshiki takes control of Boruto's body and runs away, because Momoshiki himself knows that he is in trouble now, that he needs to run away from Kawaki. Because even Momoshiki is afraid of Kawaki right now, since he knows Kawaki will kill Boruto without hesitation, and if Boruto dies, he dies. And Momoshiki values his life above anyone else's. And Kawaki's saying on page 4 that Momoshiki is up to something. That's what his gut tells him. So what is Momoshiki planning? What is Kawaki planning? This is getting juicy, alright? This chapter is building up to something even more to come. Now speaking on this chapter gives us a lot of juicy information, and that is right from the beginning. So let's get into it. So this part here is important to me. Notice when Sarada and Sumire come out of the bedroom, Kawaki is already grabbing Boruto. Now, Kawaki and Sumire's eyes lock with one another. Kawaki's not looking at Sarada, he's specifically looking at Sumire, which is why we see a panel of Sumire, and then Sumire has a flashback of when Kawaki told Naruto, saying that you're not going to condemn me for killing Boruto. She's now questioning Kawaki, saying Kawaki. So there is a deeper connection and meaning to the scene here. Kawaki and Sumire are the only ones that know that Boruto died by Kawaki's hands. So Sumire knows there's something up with Kawaki. There's a connection building between Kawaki and Sumire here. So then Kawaki warns everybody, saying that Momoshiki is up to something. That's what his gut's telling him. And he's saying that he needs to basically get rid of Boruto. In which Shikamaru then tells Kawaki, saying, you recall Naruto's face when he saw Boruto dead. And that actually shocks Kawaki. And Kawaki's like, he doesn't want Naruto to see Boruto dead if he decides to kill him again. So then Kawaki lets go of Boruto and he leaves the house and makes his chakra disappear. And boom, this guy is gone. So then Eida and Damon come out of the house and they decide to go shopping, which she tells Sarada and Sumire to follow her so they could go get some clothes. And Boruto tries stopping them, and Eida says, don't tell me what to do. Now the thing that gets me here is Eida should be happy that somebody's telling her to do something, because her problem was that everybody would follow her command if she says something to them. In this case, Boruto's saying don't go anywhere, in which she says, could you not order me around? She's way too cocky. She's way up on her high horse. She thinks that nobody can touch her, but she should be happy that Boruto is actually fighting back against her and telling her what to do, because then it makes her feel like she's having a normal interaction with people. But in her case, nah, her ego is way too big for that shit. Now one thing that got me in this panel is Mitsuki. Notice Mitsuki says Eida has left too, and Konohamaru says, hey, don't look Mitsuki, you'll be seduced again. And you can see the pain in Mitsuki's eyes. Look carefully, that's not Mitsuki looking widely or anything, or even blushing as he was a few chapters ago. This is Mitsuki who's actually sad and angry. Especially noticing the line under his eye, he looks like he's in pain, thinking that he doesn't want to be taken by Eida again, and that he wants to help Boruto, but he knows that he can't. So with this, they're also building up on Mitsuki's character and whatever else is about to happen in the upcoming chapters when we see him in Sage mode. So then Eida warns Boruto, saying that I don't care if we butt heads, but if you try to block me from doing what I want, I won't play nice with you. So Eida is basically warning Boruto, saying that if you don't let me do what I want to do, we're gonna be enemies, which I think is gonna happen. Eida and Damon are gonna be the ones to fight Boruto, because Boruto is not standing with her bullshit, nor is Kawaki standing with her bullshit. As I said, Eida is way too up on her high horse that she thinks that nobody can touch her. Little does she know that as soon as Damon is separated from her, bro, somebody's gonna crush her. Even Sarada and Sumire are gonna crush her. And I can't wait for that to happen, bro. I want Eida to get knocked out. Like, I want somebody to box her in, bro. Like, Chris Breezy her ass, you know? So then we get the panels of Code and Bug. I'm gonna point this out again. Notice that Ishiki's symbol is still glowing on the Otsutsuki wall, and it still has the black blob in it. Now, what I think that symbolizes that Ishiki is actually dead, while Momoshiki, Kaguya, and Kinshiki are actually alive. The reason I say that is because Kaguya got sealed away in a rock in a different dimension, meaning that she's not really dead, but they assume she's dead. While we have Momoshiki, who ate Kinshiki, and Kinshiki is a part of Momoshiki's DNA now, and Momoshiki resides in Boruto's body. So Kinshiki is technically alive inside of Momoshiki, who's inside of Boruto. But the only one dead is Ishiki, and I think that is why he still has that black blob on top of his symbol. Though it questions me that what is that black blob? What if it doesn't mean that he's dead? What if it means something more? Or it could be that Ishiki ascended into a higher dimension, since we don't know what Shibai's symbol looks like either. It's all a possibility. So anyways, getting on, we have Code and Bug sitting here, and Bug sees a bunch of the Ten Tails army, and they call them the Clawgrims. Now Code has roughly about 1,000 of these soldiers, and that includes the ones that he's storing away. So I think when he invades Konoha, most of these are gonna get destroyed, and in the time skip, when Code comes back, he's most likely gonna use the ones that he kept stored away. Now this is where I have a little theory, and it might come true. What if Kawaki or Boruto / Momoshiki, borushiki absorb the Ten Tails creatures? They kill them and they take their chakra, because technically these Ten Tail creatures are chakra. Sure, they have a bit of code mixed in them, but what happens when you kill them? Where does the chakra go? Does it get released back somewhere, or does it just disperse in the atmosphere? If it disperses, it's possible that Momoshiki, using his karma, may absorb that. And Momoshiki being Momoshiki, he'll probably try to remake the Ten Tails, or possibly use the Ten Tails chakra to overpower Boruto and take control of Boruto's body. Though it's a possibility, we're gonna see how this plays out in the future. So then Eida tells Shikamaru saying that Code's army is coming, and that he has 1,000 monsters that are infused with Ten Tails chakra. So he knows that they're gonna be strong. Everybody in the Hidden Leaf Village is gonna have to fight against the Ten Tails, including Eida and Damon. So with all that happening, Eida is trying on a jacket, and it looks like Sumire and Sarada are with her. Now they're just acting along, saying, wow, you look really good in everything, blah blah blah. They're just trying to play at her, which I find funny because I can't wait to see Aida's reaction when she finds out that Sarada and Sumire are gonna betray her. Now this is where it gets interesting, the Damon and Himawari scene. So then Damon is talking shit about Boruto, and he tells Boruto saying that you're weak and all that stuff. Boruto says, wait till you meet my dad and Master Sasuke. So it goes to show you that Boruto has a high regard for Naruto and Sasuke. But in that moment, Damon notices something, and he runs outside and he sees Himawari. This is where it gets interesting, because Damon is so curious on who Himawari is because of what she possessed. He says that she has some power and that he felt an intensity from her. He says, what is that intensity? In which he tries punching her, and Boruto grabs him, or Damon stops. It's one of the two, which I think Damon stopped, because in the panel you can see Damon doesn't go for the punch fully. And he says that Himawari should have been able to dodge that punch. It should have been easy for her. In which Boruto says that she's not a shinobi and she doesn't know how to fight. In which Damon says, are you being for real? It makes Damon question himself, thinking, what power does Himawari have? Because he felt that intensity while she was walking by. So that means Himawari has a hidden power. But with Himawari having a hidden power, Boruto does mention saying that despite how she looks, she can get pretty scary when she snaps. So you shouldn't really mess with her. So Boruto already kind of hinted us that Himawari has a different side to her and a different personality, while Damon has mentioned that she possesses some sort of intensity and some sort of power. And it is like that. If you look carefully at Himawari's Byakugan and everything, as soon as her Byakugan activates, she becomes intense. The intensity around her changes. She becomes serious. It's like when Itachi was fighting Sasuke, and that Zetsu notices that the air around Itachi has shifted and that he is serious now. The same thing is implied with Himawari. Anytime she's in a different state where she activates her Byakugan, everything around her changes. Her personality changes, and she goes for the kill. She becomes somebody completely different. So that is why Damon only felt the intensity from her. He didn't see it, which is why he came up to her and he doesn't feel anything anymore. So there's a deep power hidden inside of Himawari. Now this is where things got funny. Boruto says, wait a second, Damon, don't tell me you think Hima's ... They don't explain what Boruto meant here. Boruto says, big bro won't ever approve of you. I think Boruto thinks that Damon likes Himawari and that he senses something from her. So I think this is the writers already ship baiting us, thinking there's gonna be a relationship between Himawari and Damon, which I think there is. If Damon was really scared of Himawari's powers, I think he knows that Himawari is the only one that can fight him. Bro, I've said that shit in the past. I think that's what's gonna happen. Himawari is gonna be the one to counter Damon's abilities. Because the way I think it's gonna happen is when she attacks Damon, she's not gonna have an intent. she's just gonna lock on and maybe try attacking him, in which his powers might not reflect against her. For some reason, Himawari might be different, and this scares Damon, which is why Damon was so shook when he saw that she walked by and he felt that intensity. So we know Himawari possesses something serious. So then we have the last bit of the chapters, and it takes place in the Uzumaki household. Now this bit here got me a little weak. You see Hinata smiling, saying, "I'm just happy that we can at least eat dinner together." In her mind, nah, bro. She ain't thinking about eating dinner together, bro. You see that look on her face? That look is evil, bro. She's thinking of spending time with Naruto, alright? To which Naruto says, "Yeah, you mean with the real me and not a doppelganger." So it looks like Naruto sends a shadow clone to do the business with Hinata, but Hinata's like, "Yo, I got the real deal tonight, so you already know." So you already know some shit's been going on in the Uzumaki household these past few days, bro. And the Hinata smile says it all, bro. She down bad, yo. So in these panels, Naruto and Hinata talk, and while they're talking, Kawaki pulls up. Kawaki wants to apologize and wants to thank Naruto. To which Kawaki says, "Sorry to be a pain." He's like, "You changed me from a bastard who was just a vessel. I was a walking corpse who had no reason to live. You breathed life into me." He says, "You made me who I am today by awakening this version of me." Now there's two ways to look at this. One, Kawaki's actually become a good guy. Two, Kawaki is actually become evil. Naruto's influence on him has actually made him much worse, that he's willing to kill his brother. So that's the two ways to look at this. Though I think Kawaki was good up until he got the karma back from Amado, and Ishiki's personality, everything started seeping through that karma. Once Kawaki started using his powers more and more, he became more like Ishiki. And that's one of my theories, that Kawaki is slowly turning into Ishiki. He's gonna become Ishiki over time, and which is why he looks really cold-hearted in episode 1 and chapter 1. He even becomes like Ishiki and has like a pole similar to him. So Ishiki's personality, everything is slowly taking over Kawaki. He's unconsciously becoming him without even knowing it. So then Kawaki tells Naruto saying, "My world revolves around you, and that I would do anything to protect you, even die for you." But then he says this world we live in is full of crap, and generally people like you are those who die first. Which I think is wrong, because Naruto has survived this long without dying. Unless Kawaki's up to something and he ends up killing Naruto to prove his point. But what Kawaki says here is important, and I think this relates back to episode 1 chapter 1. Naruto says, "Well, it's the job of us ninjas to dispose of such bastards like the Otsutsuki." Kawaki's like, "No, ninjas are simply those who die earlier. That's the extent of it." And Naruto's like, "I don't get what you're saying." To which Kawaki says, "I only know this now that I've gained their powers, but that's what comes of taking on an Otsutsuki. Whether a ninja or not, you have no choice except to be killed." What he's talking about here is that once you take on an Otsutsuki, you have no choice but to be killed, because they're gonna end up taking over your body. They're able to plant the karma on somebody else. Once the karma expands and takes over the person's body, that person ceases to exist. Which is why Kawaki says you have no choice but to be killed. And he is also implying that no matter what you do, Otsutsukis will keep coming back to life no matter what. So Kawaki says, "I really don't want you to die." So in Kawaki's mind, he thinks that if he kills Naruto, he's automatically going to implant a karma on Naruto, and thus Naruto is going to cease to exist. Which is why Kawaki says, "I'll destroy the Otsutsuki, every last one of them, using their own powers to root them all out." Now this is where it gets interesting, because Hinata notices what Kawaki's talking about, and she says that, "You're talking about Boruto, aren't you?" To which Kawaki says, "Do you know what my first thought was when I found out that Boruto was alive? That I'd failed to take him down." He's like, "I even felt sort of guilty over having messed up, and it actually surprised me. But," he says, "this time, I'll actually do it." To which Hinata slaps Kawaki. She is upset that this outsider, who is not originally part of their family, is gonna kill her real son. Doesn't matter how you look at it, she's only known Kawaki for less than a year in their timeline, while Boruto is her own blood son she had with the person she loves. So obviously she's gonna bias Boruto over Kawaki, and Kawaki saying he's gonna kill Boruto, she is upset. Now nor is Kawaki here. Kawaki is actually acting ruthless and being so cold-hearted because of the Otsutsukis. This is in turn making Kawaki's character go towards a dark path. And this going back to the point that he is slowly becoming Ishiki. Ishiki was so cold to even sacrifice others, and however it was, as we've seen him during the fight with Naruto and Sasuke. He's willing to kill Naruto if Kawaki didn't show up. This is the same case with Kawaki. Kawaki is going to use some sort of leverage to weed out Boruto. In this case, Kawaki is going to come after Boruto's friends, and that is going to call Boruto out, and Boruto is going to have to fight Kawaki, thus Kawaki killing Boruto. Because Kawaki is becoming a maniac. He wants to kill the Otsutsuki even if his own brother is an Otsutsuki. So he doesn't care how it goes down. Now I noticed that some people are saying Itachi and Kawaki are the same in that sense. Itachi did not have the means to kill Sasuke, while Kawaki here has the means to kill Boruto. That's because their bond isn't that deep. As for Itachi and Sasuke, they had a bond since Sasuke was born. For Kawaki, he doesn't have any bonds. So then Kawaki says, I've already reached the conclusion that there's no other way and that you guys won't be ever able to carry it out. So I'll do it, even if it means that you'll hate me to death for it. So Kawaki's saying, even if these people hate me, I'm gonna have to kill Boruto. In which Naruto says, I won't let you do it, so you'll end up killing me before you get to Boruto. Which is why Kawaki said a few pounds ago that what comes on taking on an Otsutsuki, whether ninja or not, you have no choice but to be killed. He's basically telling Naruto that if you go against me, you're gonna have no choice but to be killed. So then Kawaki awakens Ishiki's eye and he teleports Naruto and Hinata somewhere. He says, I ain't asking you to understand. To which Naruto tries reaching out to Kawaki and Kawaki makes both of them disappear. So we don't know where Kawaki sent Naruto and Hinata. Though some people say that he sent Naruto and Hinata into Ishiki's dimension, which is timeless. Though that's one possibility because of the eye, that he's able to send them in different dimensions. But at the same time, Kawaki is able to open up dimensional portals using the Karma's powers, as we've seen that in chapter 40s. So it could go both ways. Either Naruto and Hinata are going to be trapped in that dimension, they're going to be timeless, where there's no time and they're not going to age, anything like that. Or they're in a dimension that they're living peacefully and that nobody could get to them except Kawaki, since Kawaki knows where this dimension is. And if anyone else goes, they would need coordinates for it. So Kawaki sends them away and he says, once it's all done, you're welcome to kill me. So you just wait until then, Lord 7th. Now with Kawaki sending Naruto away and saying that you can kill me once I've done the deed, he's implying that basically he's going to root out Boruto. So what I think is going to happen is Kawaki is going to destroy the village in the future, thus Boruto coming back to fight Kawaki. Now Kawaki's going to try killing Boruto, and which he does, he's going to spawn Naruto back. To which once Kawaki finishes his job, he's going to tell Naruto, I've done it and now you can end me. Kawaki's endgame, Kawaki's goal, whatever you want to call it, is to basically kill off all the Otsutsukis and then have Naruto finish him off. So what I think what's going to happen is Kawaki is going to come after all of Boruto's friends, all his family members, anything like that, to weed out Boruto if Boruto decides to run away. Because if he decides to run away, he knows that he can't hunt Boruto down unless he uses Eida. In my opinion, I don't think Kawaki's going to use Eida. I think he's going to end up killing her. To which Code might save her and they might build something between Code and Eida. Kawaki does not want to be used by Eida, nor does he want to love her. So most likely, Kawaki is going to come after Boruto, he's going to try killing him, and he's going to take Sumire with him. The reason I say Sumire is because Kawaki doesn't trust Amato, and that if his body overheats or anything happens to it, he's going to need Sumire, who knows about his body, to repair him or anything like that. So basically, Boruto's going to be on the run and Kawaki's going to be hunting him. Though if Kawaki wants to play the long game, he's going to destroy the village and wait for Boruto to come there and thus finish him off. So that was it for Boruto chapter 77. There's a lot of juicy stuff in this chapter. Now for some predictions I have, I think Kawaki is going to come after all of Boruto's friends once Boruto runs away. And that will be Kawaki's way of rooting out Boruto. Because if he knows that he attacks his friends, he knows that Boruto will come and save them. But I think this is where it's going to get more important because Kawaki is going to attack Sarada in the future. We know that Boruto says that he'll always protect Sarada, and we know that when Kawaki tried attacking Sarada, Boruto protected her. So they could be hinting that when Sarada is in danger from Kawaki, Boruto is going to be the one to come save her, thus developing the relationship more between the two. But with all that being said, Boruto is now going to run away from the village. Boruto is going to become the rogue because now that no one is there to stop Kawaki, who's going to protect Boruto? The only one that can protect him is Sasuke. So Boruto is going to leave with Sasuke to find Naruto and Hinata. And it's possible that the Jougan might awaken before the time skip. Sasuke might try to help Boruto train the Jougan so that he can use the Jougan to open dimensional portals and possibly find Naruto and Hinata. Now this is where Himawari comes in. It's going to be two of the cases. Either Himawari leaves with Boruto and Sasuke, or she stays in the village. If she leaves with Boruto, it's possible that Sasuke might train Himawari while she's on the run with Boruto. Because as for Himawari, no one's there to protect her. And now that Damon has said that she possesses some sort of higher powers, it's possible that these higher powers are going to awaken once Sasuke decides to train her and she becomes stronger. But if Himawari does not go with Sasuke, she stays in the village. We still have the Hyuga clan. We have Hanabi and her grandfather. And it's possible that Hanabi trains Himawari, saying that you're going to have to become stronger. Now that your parents are gone, you're going to need to make yourself stronger to protect yourself. Which might be the case because now Himawari has to step up too. She needs to become stronger too so that she can save her parents. And that she can help Boruto as well. Because she said a few chapters ago that she wants to help Boruto as well, but she can't. So they might be building something more on Himawari's powers and make her stronger. So it's going to be either those two cases for Himawari. Now as for Boruto, when Boruto does go on the run, I think when he tries leaving the village is when Kawaki attacks him, as we've seen Boruto have the vision in the future of Boruto's friends fighting Kawaki. So it seems that Kawaki comes after Boruto and possibly even cuts his eye. Thus Boruto and his friends fight Kawaki, and thus this leads to a time skip. All his friends are going to fight Kawaki. Kawaki tells all his friends saying, you guys aren't strong enough, I could kill you guys on sight, which is why Mitsuki goes sage mode. So it's possible possible Mitsuki might die before the time skip, thus awakening Sarada's manga kill, or it's possible Mitsuki gets heavily defeated and he stays in the village because Boruto tells everybody to stay back and that he has to be the only one to run away. So we're gonna see how all that stuff happens. I'm also curious to see how Momoshiki's gonna play in all of this and who's gonna take everything away from Boruto. Is it gonna be Kawaki or is it gonna be Momoshiki? We'll find out in the next few chapters. And as I'm calling it, as I said, I think the time skip is not that far away now. I think maybe by the middle to end of this year, we're most likely gonna hit the time skip, because now the events are getting closer and closer to the moment that Boruto loses it all. And I assume that the moment he loses it all is when Boruto goes into the time skip, especially considering that this cover page says the time draws near, and Momoshiki's the only one who said the time's drawing near for Boruto to lose it all. It's either gonna be Momoshiki or Kawaki that are up to something that are gonna make Boruto lose it all. I think Kawaki's gonna kill Boruto, and it's possible Boruto might fake his death as well, thus everyone thinking that he's dead and Boruto lives in a different dimension where they cannot find him. And thus, when Boruto comes back to life, everyone gets surprised that he's alive. So that is it for this chapter. Let me know what you guys think of this chapter. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos to come.